Karma might have just caught up with DiJonai Carrington after the recent drama with Caitlin Clark. That's right, Carrington hit the floor hard during a matchup against the Minnesota Lynx. Meanwhile, Caitlin was at home, watching it all unfold as WNBA viewership takes a sharp dip. Some are calling it poetic justice.
Has been impacting the WNBA well before this year. This is not a new thing. Sure. This is, and in that way, I do think Caitlin's being used as a pawn. Caitlin didn't bring systems to the WNBA. This has been happening, and that I think is what's been such a shock for all.
Just days ago, Carrington stirred controversy by poking Caitlin during a game, then flopping like she'd been struck. She tried to sell it as a serious foul, but replays showed it was all theatrics, with her and her teammates even laughing about it. Now, after getting roughed up on the court herself and losing her cool with the refs, fans are calling it karma. Caitlin, now reportedly heading to Europe, gets to rest while the WNBA faces backlash. Carrington's reputation for aggressive play has always been there, but this time, the line between tough defense and dirty play might have been crossed. Was her fall just bad luck, or something more?
We don't want fans that are going to degrade us and call us memes. I mean, we already see what's happening in the world. Something needs to be done, whether it's, them checking their fans or this league checking it. There's no time for it.
DiJonai Carrington's aggressive play style isn't new. Over the years, she's built a reputation for towing the line between intense and reckless. But this time, the stakes were far higher. When she poked Caitlin Clark in the eye, during one of the most high-stakes matchups of the season, it wasn't just another foul. This time, the world was watching. Clark isn't just any player. She's the face of women's basketball, and the fallout from that one moment was swift and widespread.
Clark get poked in the eye. Caitlin said in media after that was accidental, that was unintentional. But we saw reporters gaslighting that situation, trying to make more of it, speaking to amplifying the wrong narratives. As a result of that, DiJonai Carrington posted getting threats based off of an incident that Caitlin Clark said this was a basketball type of thing. I pushed through, we played games, she played a good game after that. So she minimized it, tried to erase it, and tried to send a message like, y'all, there's nothing here. That was one.
Caitlin Clark is more than just a player. She's a generational talent. From a young age, her game set her apart. Her rise to fame hasn't just inspired fans, it's brought national attention to women's basketball. But Clark's journey to the top hasn't been easy. It's been built on pure grit, relentless training, and a drive to prove herself at every level.
It's sad when I talk about this a little bit in that we're still not talking about basketball. No, we're still not allowed to be focused on for our basketball play.
Despite all her personal accolades, Clark has always prioritized the team. She shows up early, supports her teammates, and leads by example. Even as the media hailed her as the next big thing, she stayed grounded, always focused on her game and helping her squad improve.
NBA Player of the Week. Surprise, surprise. Indiana Fever rookie sensation, Caitlin Clark. There's nothing really to say other than that. She's winning Rookie of the Year. She's a top candidate for league MVP on us. She ain't beating Angel Wilson for the MVP, but she beat Angel Reese for Rookie of the Year. That's a wrap. That's over. And props to Angel Reese, who's had a good year.
That's why the incident with Carrington hit fans so hard. Clark had done everything right, led her team, earned their spot in the playoffs, and was ready to solidify her legacy. But one careless move changed everything. The poke disrupted her vision and her rhythm. Even though she powered through, it was clear she wasn't herself. What stood out, though, was how she handled it, with grace. No drama, no blame, just focus and determination to bounce back.
Obviously got me pretty good in the eye. I don't think it affected me. Honestly, I felt like I got good shots. They just didn't put down. And obviously a tough time for that to happen. I got some really good looks. I felt I had three wide open threes in the first half that you usually make. So that's tough, but I felt like I battled and tried my best. Took care of the ball better than.
She fought so hard to get there, only for her season to be impacted by an avoidable injury. And while no one's pointing fingers at Clark for the loss, you can bet she's holding herself accountable. That's what elite athletes do. But this whole situation has brought bigger issues in the WNBA to light. The league's growth is real, but so are the gaps. And one major gap? How it treats and promotes its brightest stars.
I would have loved to have been valued as a basketball player. I would have been loved to have been spoken about just for my play. I think everybody in the league can say that. But nobody ever let us do that. So what happened? We started to build.
Let's be honest. the WNBA has struggled to reach the same status as the NBA. Some of that comes down to resources, smaller budgets, fewer ad dollars, and less media coverage. But part of the problem is internal. The league isn't doing enough to showcase players like Clark, who could bring in millions of new fans if promoted properly.
Nike deal might be the worst endorsement deal in the history of professional sports. You guys remember this billboard that was put up in Iowa? Well, that's one of the last times that Nike has done anything for Caitlin Clark. They promoted her more in college than they have at all the entirety of the WNBA season. She signed an 8-year, $28 million deal with Nike that also included her own signature shoe, which honestly, looking at it now, $28 million for 8 years is an absolute steal for this superstar, when a player like Wemby's Nike deal was rumored to be over $100.
This lack of support doesn't just impact Clark, it affects the entire league. When stars aren't highlighted, viewership drops. We saw that clearly after Clark's playoff exit. Fans want to see the best, and when they don't feel their favorite players are appreciated, they tune out.
Had an incredible rookie season, but she has also transformed the WNBA. She became the face of the league as a rookie. She was #1 in jersey sales, and all of her collaborations with Wilson sold out in minutes. So why is Nike sleeping on Caitlin? It was reported that Nike wants to prioritize A'ja Wilson, and it fears the optics of giving a rookie a signature shoe before an already established star who just won league MVP for.
Now, with her season over, rumors are swirling that Clark could take her talents overseas. European leagues offer higher salaries, better player treatment, and bigger platforms for stars to shine. It wouldn't be a surprise if she explored that route, especially given how many WNBA legends have done the same in the past. For Clark, Europe could be a game-changing move. Bigger crowds, global visibility, and way better pay. And let's be real, when you're playing at her level, the business side starts to matter more. She's helped lift the WNBA in the US, but if the league doesn't start meeting her halfway, who could blame her for looking elsewhere?
Be a team overseas who would love to snatch Caitlin Clark away from us and give her a crazy offer. I mean, Ice Cube was about to give her $5 million to play in less than 10 games in the Big Three. So the money is there, and if these owners are smart with it, I could definitely see more WNBA players going overseas and possibly not.
What's even stranger is the silence from Nike. One of the biggest names in sports signed her, but hasn't made much noise about it. No major campaigns, no real marketing push. Meanwhile, Adidas stepped in with a public shout-out. Fans definitely noticed.
Got one of the hottest selling jerseys in sports, y'all. According to Fanatics, led by the one and only Michael Rubin, Clark's Indiana Fever jersey is apparently sold out in all sizes. It was rumored that she actually outsold Dallas Cowboys.
It's a weird look. Clark has the stats, the personality, and the fan base to be the face of women's sports, yet she's barely featured. The difference is stark when you compare her treatment to that of male athletes. Adidas' recent praise made Nike's silence feel even louder. And while stars like A'ja Wilson deserve their flowers too, fans are asking, why can't Caitlin get the same spotlight?
We had some jealousy, not by most, not by all, but there were some people within the WNBA, players, pundits, etc., that were trying to tear her down. And so how y'all look now? See, I love how everybody trying to change the argument. My man Shannon Sharp went off about it this morning, how there were so many people getting at people like him, getting at people like me and others, trying to change the freaking narrative. When people were trying to knock her down, they were trying to bring credibility to the argument. They weren't.
At the end of the day, the WNBA must do better. Clark should be everywhere, on posters, in ads, leading campaigns. The league needs to secure its future by putting stars like her front and center. That means fair pay, real protection on the court, and a stronger stance on player safety. What happened in that game with Carrington shouldn't go unaddressed.
On Ion still averaged 1.26 million viewers, which is so impressive.
Clark taking time off could mark a new chapter, not just for her, but for the league. This is a moment of reflection for the WNBA. Fans are rooting for her, and we all want to see her return stronger. If you're with us, leave a like and hit subscribe. Let's hope the league steps up next season, because losing Caitlin Clark would be a massive mistake.